If you gotta do that makeup, boo, do that makeup, do that makeup. You've only got 10 minutes, so put your face on.
What's popping, glam squad? Squad, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. On today's vlog, as you can see, we're gonna be transforming this gorgeous model from this to this, and I hope you guys stay tuned and I hope you enjoy this vlog. Please, if you do, don't forget to like, share and subscribe down below. Yeah, so to start with, we went in with our razor just to shape the eyebrows. She has really nice eyebrows, so I didn't want to mess them out, so I was just removing the excess hair, especially on the brow bone area and on top of her eyebrow, just to give it that perfect shape before filling in with a pencil. Yeah, so after this, this is how we were looking. I loved how her eyebrows are full, and I'm just going in with Davis eye pencil in the shade number 3. Yeah, and that's what I'm just using to fill in where there are gaps. I'm not even like outlining because I felt like her eyebrows were well outlined, and definitely the razor shaping did a good job. Yeah, so you just fill small strokes where you need more pigment, you can just shade, but the rest of the parts you just do small strokes just to fill in any gaps between her natural hairs. Yeah, then after this, definitely we're gonna clean the eyebrows, and kama kawaida we are using our LA Girl concealer, and in this case I was using the Beautiful Bronze. It's a few shades lighter than her skin tone, and yeah, so that's what we're just using to clean our underbrow. Yeah, so next I went in with a spoolie, just to, not spoolie, I went in with a beauty blender just to make sure the concealer was well blended before starting off with our eyeshadow. So I'm taking in a Zaron palette, it's the Earth palette, and I'm using one of the shades there close to her skin tones as my transition. You all know by now I don't really use very bold transition shades. I start with a natural shade, and then now I build up depending with the eyeshadow look that I'm going for. Yeah, so we're just transitioning. So this is a transition, so you just want to place it from your crease area up. Crease area, it's where the eyelid goes deep. It's like where the brow bone and the eyeball, they meet. So that's your crease area. So for transition, you want it to be above the crease area all the way to the brow bone. Yeah, and then I was using a fluffy brush just to blend it out. Then next I went in with a flat brush and the Proceilan LA Girl concealer, and I'm just cutting her crease. Again, guys, remember all the products we use on at any given time on any given video on this channel, they will be linked down below on the description box, so make sure you check that out. Yeah, and for cut creases, you guys know I love cut creases. Yeah, and I love it because it makes the eye makeup more defined, and as you can see, I'm trying to be as precise as possible just to make sure that I get that line smooth and nice. Yeah, so that we can have a really defined eye makeup. So for this look, I was doing a full cut crease, so that's why I'm just elongating it out. Yeah, but there are so many ways you can do your cut crease. There is the half cut crease, there is the elongated one, there is the blown out. Yeah, so next I'm going in on the other eye and doing the same thing. And for this, it's the first time I'm doing such an eye makeup. I just wanted it to be neutral but with a pop of color, so I decided to use a shade of pinkish. Yeah, it's a pink kind of look that we are going for, with a white at the center, and then we were just like smoking out the wing liner with eyeshadow. Yeah, you guys will see, stay tuned. Yeah, so to blend that out, I went in with my beauty blender. I always do this just to avoid my eyeshadow being cakey. Yeah, so as you can see here, I'm going in with an angled brush and I'm taking a pink, it's like a pink maroonish shade from the Joy Lips palette. Yeah, they really have, this is one of my favorite palettes, and I just added it on top of the crease area with a dark eyeshadow, and I'm trying to create like a wing liner. Yeah, but with eyeshadow. So I'm just adding it just above my lashes, and I'm creating that gorgeous wing liner, which later I will smoke out with the pink shade. Yep. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm using a very tiny brush, and I'm using the pink just to blend out the wing liner, the black wing liner, and I'm just smoking out. I've always wanted to try this look. Yeah, so I'm just blending it out, and I was loving how it gave me the detail, the pink on top and then the pink down below. Yeah, and I was loving this look. It was giving what's supposed to give. Yeah, so next I went in with the same brush that I used to cut the crease, and I'm just gonna redefine that crease to make sure the upper pink shade does not take too much of the lid. And again, we want it to be precise, so I'm just going back to cut the crease up there. Then I'm blending it on the lid just to make sure the base is right. And then with the Gorgeous Me palette, I'm taking in a very light shade, almost like a white, and that's what I'm gonna use to set my concealer, because I wanted this look to be this way, a neutral shade and then the pinks and the black. Yeah, so I'm just setting basically with the white eyeshadow, and that will be our lid shade. Yeah, so next I went in with an eyeliner, and I'm using this liquid liner. Again, it will be linked on the description box. Yeah, and I'm just gonna wing out that eye, the place, I'm just winging the place that I had added in the black eyeshadow, just to make sure it's popping more. Yeah, but it was already good, but I just felt like I needed it to be more dark, so that when we also place our lashes, like we don't have a gap between the normal lashes and the false lashes. Yeah, so this is how our eyes were looking. I loved the outcome. Yeah, so I went ahead and cleaned her face, and then here I was applying my moisturizer. In this case I used the Nivea moisturizer, and then I went in with our primer, and I used the Maybelline primer, the illuminating one. Yeah, and then after this we go on to the foundation. And when you're doing your face prep, make sure you're taking your time, and then give it a few minutes just to settle in before going in with your foundation. For foundation, I went in with the Illegal, the Pro Matte foundation. It's usually a full coverage, which I really love, and I love that they have really dark shades, and this was Ebony, and so that's what I'm just applying as her foundation base. And then after this, we're gonna highlight with a concealer that's a bit lighter, because I felt like it was a bit dark for her skin tone. Yeah, so we're gonna bring back the highlights with a concealer. Yeah, and if you have noticed, I usually clean the top of my eyebrows when I'm doing my foundation, because I notice sometimes when you do the foundation before and then you come with the same foundation to apply to the rest of the face, it might be a bit dry and might not merge well. Yeah, so I always prefer cleaning the top of my eyebrow when I'm doing my foundation. Yeah, so this is what I was doing there, and then I continued blending the rest of the face with the same foundation from Illegal. Yeah, so for concealer, I went in with Tofee. It's like almost 3 shades lighter, maybe 4. Yeah, but we're gonna blend it to make sure that it blends in her skin, and also to bring back the highlight, since our foundation is just a little bit, maybe a shade darker than her skin tone, or maybe it's even the tone. Yeah, but we have to make sure that by the end of the face bit, your face looks like your skin. Yeah, so I'm using a damp beauty blender, again, just to blend out the concealer. And this, I always wait, even on my previous videos, I wait like at least 2 minutes. That way my concealer gives me it gives me more pigment. Yeah, unlike when you just apply and blend. So if you want to have more coverage for your concealer, make sure you let it sit on your skin for just a few minutes, and then once it's a little bit dry, then you blend it out. That way you will have more coverage. Yeah, so I'm just blending, and make sure you blend your concealer. Normally I'm not the girl who highlights the forehead, but for this one I just wanted to do it, and I loved how the highlight came out. Yeah, but you can always use the excess product on your beauty blender to your forehead. You don't always have to use too much product on the face. Yeah, but this glam is a full glam, so we were going all out, and I was loving the transformation so far. Yeah, so for powder to set under eye, I used the J-Cut loose powder. Yeah, and I love this shade for dark skin. It really makes the highlighting very neutral. Yeah, unlike using a banana. So if you're dark skinned, you can get a bit of a darker shade, because it also has a red undertone. So this really sets well for dark skin. Yeah, and I'm just adding it on all the places that I added in concealer. And then next, I'm just gonna go in with a dark powder from our Zikel powder palette. And I'm just gonna contour her cheekbones and her forehead, just to make sure we bring back the shadows, because sometimes the foundation just evens out the face. Yeah, and then to set the rest of her face, I just went in with powder from the same palette, the Zikel powder palette, and I'm just setting the rest of the face as I wipe off the excess loose powder from her under eye. Then from the same Joy Lip palette, I'm going in with this maroon eyeshadow, and that's what I'm gonna use for the blush. And I'm loving the skin work. Her skin is flawless. the makeup looks amazing. Yeah, so we're just gonna do the final touches. Starting with the blush and then adding in some highlight. And also I went in with the purple pink shade, and I used it under her eye, just to make sure the makeup is complete and it's not looking like it's halfway done. Yeah, and then with this disposable spoolie, I just went in and added in mascara. When it comes to when you're applying makeup on a client, for me, I prefer when their eyes are closed. I feel like I have better access, unlike when their eyes are opened. Yeah, so this is how our eye makeup was looking, and our skin is goals. Yeah, and I'm just placing in lashes, as you can see. Loved how this look came out. I guess this look can pass for Barbie. Now that everyone on the internet, there has just been makeup for Barbie, I think this could pass for that. Yeah, for her lips, I used the Maybelline, the new collection, the Vinley lipstick. It's in this shade. It's like a nude pinkish purplish. Yeah, and it's really beautiful. One thing about these lipsticks, they dry out glossy. They are matte, but they are glossy. They are glowing. Yeah, they are glowing, but they are matte. That's the beauty about this lippy. So it doesn't leave your lips very dry. And the trick is you have to shake it before using it. Yeah, but halfway there, I felt like I needed to line her lips. And so that's what I was doing here with the Davis pencil, just to make sure there is definition even on her lips. Yeah. Yeah, so here I'm using a brush. I also told her just to pat her lips together. It really helps with blending. It does a better job than a brush will. Yeah, and then I went in with the brush now and blended the rest of the lips. And I loved how this lipstick looked on her. Yeah, so you guys should get the Maybelline collection, and they have very many shades to choose from, so you'll be spoiled for choice. Yeah, but she looked amazing. So for setting spray, I went in with the Zaron setting spray, and I'm just using a fan to help dry it off. Yeah, then I used a highlighter from Zaron as well. Yeah, and this was pretty much the finished look. This was her reaction. I think it took like a minute to settle in that this was her new look, and she really loved it, and I was happy with the results, and she said it's perfect and she was happy. Yeah, but thank you so much guys for watching till the end. Kindly, if you like this video, don't forget to like. Please leave us a comment on your thoughts on this look, and share. Till next week, bye guys.